Hey, everybody. So I'm responding to something that had happened on September the 16th of this year. So just a few days ago. And it was on Mommy Rambling's channel. It was titled True Crime Headlines Exposing Lies. Michael Long's narrative is unraveling. If you go to that video to about an hour and 36 minutes, you'll see my good friend Will calls in, Will the Glare, and he's talking to her. And out of nowhere, he says my name because I'm a moderator on his channel. And he says I'm an honorary moderator, which Will, thank you for that. And Carolyn clearly gets very triggered just by the sound of my name. And she continues on to say, I think you know my opinion of Save Robbie. He's not a good person. And Will's basically saying, okay, yeah, sorry, it's none of my business. I try to stay out of it. And Mommy Rambling says, well, it's my business. She says something along the lines of, he said and done terrible things to me. And then she goes on to say to my friend Will, she says, I have to question your judgment, since he's my friend. Well, this is my response to that, because Mommy Ramblings, I have to question your judgment, because I just heard you recently, you're going through something with another creator, which isn't surprising to me, but you're going through something with them, and you said something along the lines of, if they are going to say something about you, you're all about facts, and they need to provide proof. Does that sound familiar? Because let me go back to Mother's Day of this year, May 10th, 2020. Mommy Ramblings had a stream called Happy Mother's Day and a Plea. In the stream, she continued to suggest that I was making fun of a tragedy in her life the night before. This is absolutely incorrect. She's never had any evidence or proof of this. This was, from what I hear, just based on a simple rumor that she heard. So I have to question your judgment on that, Mommy Ramblings, because if you go off something simply based off of a rumor, definitely question your judgment. Because you had a lot of people come after me, and they still have. So on the 10th, you basically dragged me into it by saying my name. And before May 10th, I had never had like an issue with you. You had an issue with me, and you continued to say, when you were talking to Will on the 16th of this month, you continued to say birds of a feather, like they flock together. You're the type of person who needs a flock to survive. I do not need a flock. I fly solo, and anybody who wants to join on my flight can join me. But I don't need other people to hold me up. I have my own wings, and I don't need a flock. But with you, you refer to, oh, birds of a feather, blah, blah, blah. You have accused me of something without any proof. And that was on May 10th when you suggested that I did that, so before this, I didn't have a problem with you. I spoke to somebody that you didn't like by the name of BBT Boston, and you and your ramblers had a problem with that. So I kind of backed away. I'm like, oh, I don't really want to talk to people if they're going to not let me talk to who I want to, because I'm not part of a flock. You guys seem to be a part of a flock, and that's fine. But the problem is, if any part of your flock disagrees with you or doesn't like something that you say, or if they like somebody that you don't like, you kick them out of your flock. Well, I never wanted to be a part of your flock because I'm my own person and I don't need you or anybody else to validate me. However, when you throw out accusations without proof or evidence, that is an issue. Okay, that was on May 10th. On that stream, I actually went into that stream to give you my condolences to your tragedy, and I was kicked out of it. And I was very confused by that, because I was like, what's going on? I've never had a problem, like an issue, a confrontation with you. So I rewound your stream to see you bashing me, bashing my Christianity and making fun of me and mocking me, saying, "Oh, I get along with everybody. I'm a Christian." So, how do you think somebody like myself would respond to seeing a woman that I've never had an issue with making fun of me, dragging me, and lying about me with no proof? You'd think that I would get mad right away, right? Well, I didn't. I actually tried to call you. I tried to text you, and I also tried to reach out to you on Facebook Messenger. Now, on Facebook Messenger, I'm looking at the message I sent you on May 10th at 4:14 p.m. my time. This is the same day that you were dragging me and making fun of me. I said, "I'm so sorry for your loss and what you're going through." Now, I was accused of being a part of RDA, and at this moment in time, I thought that RDA was a part of dragging you, right? So I said, I'm 100% not in RDA Discord, which I've never been in an RDA Discord or really Discord. I've never did unless I was a Patreon of somebody, and I really never checked it. And I think I tried to start one for myself one time, but it was just annoying. Too much technology. So anyways, I said, not in RDA Discord, and only ties I have to those people is through Limonade. I find it completely disgusting to harass you and say sick stuff. I barely followed those guys on YouTube, and they've also made videos about myself. I've unsubscribed to their channels, and I want nothing to do with them. There is no way in hell I would ever support the disgusting words that I've heard you speak in their Discord. And what I'm talking about is she was saying that they were bashing the death of her son. And they were saying that I was involved in that, which is absolutely incorrect information. There's never been any proof of that, and there never, ever will, because it did not happen. So I've heard you speak that in their Discord. I do have some information that you might find helpful, and you can call me anytime. I have nothing against you, and even if I did, that is no excuse for behavior and hateful words, ever. And I give my phone number, which she already had, and say, Robbie. Now, I went on to send her about 7 voice recordings in Messenger, trying to get her to reach out to me. I'll show you the last one that I sent to her. Okay. So I did try to reach out in a polite way first. When I saw that she was not listening to reason, she was not showing proof of anything, that's when I snapped. Rightfully so. She sent people after me. They came after me, attacking me, coming to my channel, saying horrible stuff over a miscommunication and a lie, a rumor. So any day before May 10th, you will not find me on a panel talking about you or any tragedy of yours. Never. After that, after you ignored me for quite a while, going May 16th is when I sent these recordings, like, what's going on? You're not calling me back, yet you're still bashing me online. So this is the last recording I sent to her. And just to let you know, Carolyn, I know you're grieving. I know that. And God, I couldn't even imagine if my hamster died. I would be devastated. I don't even want to think about it. And she's not even going to live 2 years, and I've had her a year. I can't imagine, Carolyn. But from you saying my name with no valid proof, and I guarantee you there will never be valid proof of that because it did not happen. There's a lot of people that support you that are threatening me, and they're coming after me very badly, horribly. And I didn't do anything. Okay, so she's never even looked at these. These are on Messenger for her true crime chat, Facebook, I guess, group or something. Since she wasn't answering my calls or anything, I thought I'd try to reach out to her on there. So I did try to reach out in a nice way. So when people say, you're attacking a woman or a mother, no. When you bring someone's name into something that serious and make accusations, just like you said the other day, provide facts. You're all about facts. You're all about proof. I would require that you do that if you're going to say something like that about me. That's absolutely false. It's incorrect. Let's see, that was May 10th. Today's September 22nd. You've still never provided any proof or evidence of what you spoke about, not only accusing me, but many other people involved as well. And there's still no proof. So when I respond to you like this, like, I'm almost 3 months sober, so I'm responding in a better way. But today I made a community post and I wanted to snap at you, because for you to say that I've done terrible things to you and said terrible things, yeah, I've said terrible things because you accuse me of something that is a filthy lie based on gossip. And it makes you lose credibility, especially when you report true crime, because you're supposed to report and investigate and look into the truth. You haven't even looked at my messages. You don't care to. You probably saw my name and just ignored it. You saw my phone call and ignored it, my emails, my texts. You ignore the truth. Yet, in my opinion, I see you going on there talking about me, saying that I'm bashing you and doing these mean things while you're collecting money. So I'm beginning to believe that you don't want to resolve this. I've offered many different outlets to resolve this issue. I think, in my opinion, I think you want to leave it unresolved because it makes you a victim and you make money off of that. I've watched you make super chat while crying about me while I'm trying to call you. And instead of reaching out and talking to me about it and discovering the truth and communicating with people, you choose to go the opposite route. And that's to pout in your kitchen and make super chat for sympathy. And I don't agree with that. I don't see you as a good person doing that. So, I mean, we don't really like each other, and that's fine. But I still forgive you. I think it's terrible what you do to people. I think it's terrible that you can't just do your channel without attacking other people, especially when there's no proof. So I challenge you. If there's some sort of evidence or something that you feel like you were given or told about, provide that. But I promise you 100% you will not be able to do that because it doesn't exist. And you know that. I think the thing is, maybe you're a little bit too proud and you don't want to admit when you're wrong, and that's fine. But I promise you, I will admit when I'm wrong. Every time. Hold myself accountable. And the more that I am sober, I will continue to do that. I know you like to make little stabs, little jabs, little comments about people and sobriety and stuff like that. And I know you're probably talking to me, but it's very hard to get sober. And I'm a very strong person for doing that. So you can continue to not communicate and have a lack of communication skills on your end, and that's fine. But every time you talk about me and say my name, say I'm a terrible person, you need to remember that I supported you. I used to support your channel financially. I used to support your channel by going in and just being nice and going to the Chris Watts house for you and all sorts of stuff. And you just push people aside when they disagree with you. I didn't even disagree with you. I spoke to somebody that you didn't like and you gave me a hard time. Like, your ramblers gave me a hard time about it. You can't talk to BBT Boston. Yeah, I can. You're not my boss. BBT Boston never told me not to talk to you guys. How about you be an adult and let adults talk to who they frickin' want to talk to? End of story. You're not my mother. Okay? I'm a grown man, and I'm going to talk to who I want to. And I'm going to talk to people that I feel are good people. In my heart right now, I don't feel like you're a good person because you don't allow people to be themselves. You need control. It's very clear to kind of, just observing you interact with people in Mommy Ramblings, your husband and other people. You need that full control. And in my opinion, I think that's a problem. I think that's maybe why you have a lot of issues with people. Just my opinion and my response to you talking about me, saying that I've done terrible things to you. Well, I don't think you're a good person either. So you can take that. You can still look for facts. I don't think you ever looked for facts into dragging my name into your problems. You never did, because if you did, you would see that I didn't do anything. And then when I respond and I'm like, okay, this lady's being a bitch now. She's not looking into anything. She's still dragging me, not looking into facts. Of course I got pissed off. That's what a normal reaction is when people like you accuse people of something terrible and don't validate it with any facts at all. So to me, that is an issue. I would never want anything to do with you because I see you kind of for who you are and the way not only you treat me, but many other people. But I forgive you, and it would be nice to, I don't even need an apology, but it would be nice for you to open your mouth and say, you know, I was wrong. He didn't do what I accused him of. But instead, on Father's Day on your channel, you went on and you spoke about me and said, I didn't accuse him. I said, if. Really? Because along with those ifs, you also bashed my Christianity and said that I was a terrible person and mocked me. I get along with everybody. And were so angry and triggered at me, but you were just saying, oh, if. No, people don't drag people and cut them down if it's an if situation. So you can fix that, and you can let the people know who follow you and actually believe you that you were wrong, because you were. Those are the facts. So unless you can prove that wrong, I shouldn't have to sit and prove every time that I didn't do what you accused me of, because I didn't. You need to prove when people do stuff. But you've been milking it. So there you go. You're probably going to say, oh, he's talking about me again. Don't talk about me. You brought me up. You had to give your 2 cents on how terrible you think I am. Well, who cares? Your credibility, when as far as facts, have been shot. And anybody that believes your nonsense, that's fine. I'm not going to knock them down, but they're just as credible as you are. There's no credibility there when you're not providing evidence. So there you go. You have my contact information. You could always reach out to me and we can talk, and it's that simple, but you refuse to address people face to face. You refuse to address the facts. I think you're a very proud person, full of pride. And it's not a good look on you, because that shuts a lot of good people out. Not only me, I'm a damn good person, but you've shut a lot of good people out of your community, but you don't deserve them. Not if you're going to act like that. So God bless you. May Jesus let the truth come out always, and he will. And there is love in my heart for you. And I hope that you discover that the truth sets you free, and you should probably start practicing that a little bit more. Okay? But God bless, and I hope you guys have a wonderful morning.